in the Department of Justice.
We need to have some trust in the FBI. This just destroys that confidence.
They've taken this unprecedented step, weaponizing federal agencies to go after political opponents. You don't use federal agencies to go after people that you disagree with.
Call up Christopher Wray, call up Merrick Garland, bring him in front of the House Judiciary Committee.
I think the Central Department of Justice and the FBI in Washington are a hotbed of corruption and political intrigue.
We need to investigate the DOJ, the FBI, all of it.
They want this spectacle. They want this show. They want the intimidation.
It's like what we thought about the Gestapo and people like that.
The American people see it for what it is. They get it. They know what's going on here, and that's why the outrage is larger than I've ever felt before.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, August 11th, 2022. Welcome to day 569. Attorney General Merrick Garland personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant for Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence and asked a Florida judge to unseal that warrant. Garland said he filed the motion to unseal both the warrant and the receipt that lists the items that were seized, citing the substantial public interest in the matter.
First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly. Where possible, it is standard practice to seek less intrusive means as an alternative to a search and to narrowly scope any search that is undertaken. Third, let me address recent unfounded attacks on the professionalism of the FBI and Justice Department agents and prosecutors. I will not stand by silently when their integrity is unfairly attacked.
Garland said the Justice Department does not take such actions lightly and first pursues less intrusive means to retrieve the material, referring to the grand jury subpoena that Trump received this spring for classified documents that he improperly took to Mar-a-Lago when he left the White House. Investigators reportedly believe that the classified documents at Mar-a-Lago were so sensitive and related to national security that the Justice Department had to act. Meanwhile, a man wearing body armor carrying an AR-15 style rifle fired a nail gun into the FBI's Cincinnati office. The man exchanged gunfire with law enforcement officers after fleeing the area. The attack came days after FBI agents executed a search warrant at Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, and a day after Christopher Wray, the FBI director, called the violent threats circulating online against federal agents and the DOJ deplorable and dangerous. Moving on, the Arctic has warmed nearly 4 times faster than the global average over the past 40 years. Scientists previously estimated that the Arctic is heating up about twice as fast as the rest of the planet, but this new study finds the region has warmed 3.8 times faster than the globe overall. Meanwhile, gas prices dropped below $4 a gallon for the first time in more than 5 months. The national average price has fallen for 58 consecutive days. The number of Americans filing new unemployment claims reached its highest level this year. Initial jobless claims rose 14,000 to a seasonally adjusted 262,000 for the week ending August 6th. That's slightly above July's peak of 261,000 and above the 2019 weekly average of 218,000. At the same time, rental costs in the United States are rising at their fastest pace in more than 3 decades, with the median rent surpassing $2,000 a month for the first time ever. Over the past year, rent went up 6.3%. In the years before the pandemic, the cost of rent typically climbed 3.5% each year. Mortgage rates, meanwhile, jumped back above 5% after briefly dipping below that level for the first time in months a week earlier. Last year, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged at about 2.87%. Roughly 40% of households, that's 5.4 million households, are not current on their rent or mortgage payments at this time and could face eviction or foreclosure in the next 2 months. The murder rate in the United States, meanwhile, climbed 6% in 2021, a modest increase compared to 2020 when the U.S. murder rate climbed nearly 30%. There were roughly 21 million guns sold in the U.S. in 2020, while in 2021, fewer than 19 million guns were sold. And finally, a group of historians warned Joe Biden that the current moment in America is among the most dangerous to democracy in modern history, comparing the threat to democracy to the pre-Civil War era and to pro-fascist movements before World War II. The group of scholars focused on the rise of totalitarianism around the world and the threat to American democracy.
That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditas.